agitating my
If
sciatica.
you're watching this, then you might think you have sciatica. So we can do something called the slump test. It won't tell you what the cause of it is, but it will be an indicator that you might have sciatica. And if so, go see your primary or your local physical therapist. And if you find that you did test positive from this, then I would suggest finding the root cause. And if you know the root cause is a nerve entrapment or something as simple as you know that it's coming from your hamstrings, there is something that I did want to go over, which is called ret looping, which is essentially a nerve glide. And it's a flossing technique. But first, here goes the test. So you'll sit at the edge of a table. If you can get your feet off of the ground, the better. I know everybody doesn't have this at home. But what you're gonna do is you put your head behind your back, keep your head tall. You'll slump with really bad posture, make sure your head's up. If you drop your head and do this, and you're already getting the symptoms of the pain shooting down your leg, then you're probably positive for sciatica. Another way is you stretch out the affected leg, and then lastly, you're gonna dorsiflex that ankle. If you find that it's shooting a bunch of really sharp pain down your leg, then that would indicate sciatica. There's a difference. It isn't just shooting pain down your leg. You're really gonna notice it's something different. It isn't just tightness. Most people have tight hamstrings and they might notice it with this test. So it's really important to differentiate and listen to your body. You'll know if something's wrong when you feel it. You're gonna put your feet against any wall. I have it against a box, against the wall. I'm managing space here. But the goal of this is really, you're gonna put your feet against the wall with some slight knee flexion here. And what you're gonna do is move your head up and down for 60 seconds. And at the very least, you'll notice an improvement in your hamstring flexibility. And sometimes, if we've assessed this accurately, it can be really good for sciatica pain as well. Really good for people who generally have tight hamstrings. It's indicative for some sciatica pain, depending on the cause. And it's also really good for those that really blasted their hamstrings and they've been tight ever since. If you had a really heavy kettlebell or RDL day, this is really good to do to help alleviate that tension there. So what I generally prescribe is 2 sets of 60 seconds or 2 sets of just 60 reps. You can also rotate the cervical spine, going up left to right after you're done. If you're getting a lot of tingling pain, you can sort of back off by leaning against a bit and just taking some of the tension off. The reason this works is essentially the sciatic nerve branches off of the spinal cord. Obviously, the spinal cord connects to your brain's in your head, you're moving up and down. We're literally just flossing that nerve within the muscle tissue of the posterior chain. So glutes, hamstrings, even when it splits at the knee, to the common fibular nerve and so on and so forth. But this is a really good solution for tight hamstrings, for certain types of sciatica, depending on the cause, and it's really good in general just to help loosen up on that back end. So that's it, guys. The intention of this video was to really help with some hamstring mobility in the form of nerve gliding. This specific technique is called ret looping. It's a really popular technique that I believe started in England, but I know in the beginning I sort of went into slump testing. When it comes to slump testing, it's one of many ways that you can indicate if somebody has sciatica. It isn't the end-all be-all test, but it's a really good way to determine if somebody does have it. Once you determine you have sciatica, then you want to figure out what is the actual cause of the sciatica. Once you determine that, and you determine it's due to some sort of entrapment of the sciatic nerve, then ret looping will really take you a really far away with your sciatica. If it's due to a disc bulge or some other sort of cause, I always recommend, again, go see your local DPT, go to your primary, they can help you out with this stuff. But there's a lot of different ways. I know people tend to want to foam roller everything to death, and sometimes that's just not the solution. So if this was helpful at all, let me know. Comment or don't, like or don't. I mean, the information's there. What I would suggest though is that there's anything that people do want to see, I really try to explain things at a real basic level. And I know people have things to do. They don't want to sit here flipping through a million YouTube channels looking for the same advice. So if you found this useful at all, give it a like. Maybe don't. Who knows? But thanks.